So chances are, if you're watching this video, you have already seen either this video or this video. But either way, I do want to give you some context. This video you're watching right now was recorded, I think it was over a year ago at this point. This was all recorded before the start of EchoCraft Season 6, which is the first SMP that I ever joined. So I was making some plans for that. And I had this really fun idea that I've always wanted to do where I make a functioning Iron Man Hall of Armor with like the armor suits in the back, and you can order them with the crafter control panel that I made. And it took me quite a while to get it all figured out and decorated and come up with the finished product that I have now. But I thought it would be cool to show you guys how I came up with it, how I got it all working, a lot of the problems that I had to get through, and just show you how this idea evolved and how it changed. But anyways, I just wanted to give you a little context before we get into it. Hopefully I'm able to inspire you to realize that ideas like this, they start at just an idea. And unless you take it farther, unless you get through all the mistakes and all through the ideas that you thought were going to work and end up not working, then as long as you can convince yourself to keep working through that stuff, then you can make your idea work. So with that being said, grab a snack. This is a bit of a long one, and hope you enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of Swero Survival. In today's episode, this is hopefully going to be one of the coolest things that I've ever built, if we can get it to work. And I'm going to try to minimize the amount of talking and unnecessary information in this video, so I'm just going to get right into it. We are taking our crafter control panel from a previous episode, the first episode of Swero vs. Redstone. Did I say Swero vs. Redstone in the intro, or did I say Swero Survival? Whatever I said, I meant Swero vs. Redstone. And at this point, I haven't come up with a thumbnail or a title, but I would assume that you were able to see that I am having my friend Eichberg back for this episode as well, because he helped me out a lot in the last episode. So with that being said, let's get Ike in here and let's see what kind of damage we can do to this very ambitious idea of mine. There he is.
Okay, what are we working on?
So this is the rough draft. I'm making an Iron Man room. All of these slots are going to have different armors, like armor trims and armor designs. Yeah. If you see this spot right here, this is going to be the center point where all the armor gets like launched up, and then this closes and then it lands. So it's like right in the dead center of the room, and it's all going to be automated, and I get to select which armor I want with my crafter control panel.
Jeez Louise. Okay. So you go in here, select, let's say item number 1.
Yeah, and then that will be
the note block, and it fires up.
Yeah,
pops
so
up
then
in the center.
Say this is number 1. This armor will drop. The block will get, retracted out from under it. It'll drop, and then if you can hear the water, but it drops down here into these tunnels, and then it all flows onto the slime block, and then it's literally the same exact thing as the sheep farm. So this will open up, and if you want to check that out, I made this over here. This is the same exact thing as the sheep farm. The armor stand will find its way here somehow. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work yet, but it should be pretty easy. It'll get launched up, and then it'll sit there.
Jeez Louise.
So
we definitely might need a few sessions for this one.
Yeah, that's all right.
We need a way to retrieve the armor upon request.
Okay, so
we also need a way to dismiss the current armor and sort it back to whatever.
Okay, so here is where that's the returning is going to be the biggest issue, I believe, because here I have a separate input that you hit this, and then it falls, and there we go. So that's how it could return. And then we go from there and see how we can distribute it back into the correct slot somehow.
My first thought would just be like keep whichever one is the last one to be used, just like keep that path open or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now I don't know how he would do that, because I don't want to have a set of armor standing in here and then have another one drop right on top of it just because that's the first available one. This is where it gets ambitious, because everything else is pretty straightforward. Like for the crafter, we just need to hook up each individual line. There's 9 lines, there's 9 slots in a crafter and 9 sets of armor. So each line's going to have its own.
Convenient.
Yeah, which is why I had to limit myself to 9, or else I would have done every combination in the game.
Is there only 9 colors? I thought there was 10.
There's 11 if you count quartz and iron. There's also netherite trim, which I am not going to do because it doesn't really make much of a difference on the armor trim. So I'm like, eh.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
if you want to see over here, this is actually a big spoiler for my EchoCraft Season 6 plans, but I made my own custom armor trims with the different colors.
Oh, heck
and all of these these are the
Still need to do
finished.
this.
All of these are the finished designs.
Oh, these are the ones that you're going to put in the machine.
Yeah. And then here was my process of elimination over here.
Oh my gosh. Holy free. You know they have websites for this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I like to see it on my character. I like to see it in the game. And I'm going to be totally honest. I discovered the websites after I did all this. So.
Oh my. Dude. This looks painful.
Yeah.
One water bucket and the whole thing is messed up.
Yeah, don't do that, please. It looks so satisfying right now.
So you want 7 sets, or how many? 9 sets of armor?
Yeah.
Netherite armor?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, and we
Honestly,
want a
I don't
machine
think it'll be that
will sort
bad.
them.
Like finding all the ancient debris is
Just
going to be the worst
Yeah.
part, but
Okay, are you sold on this design in the circular way?
It's the most symmetrical, and it's the way that I can have the control panel on one wall and then 9. It's an odd number, so I didn't want to just have like a corridor and then have, because then I can't have 9 with it being symmetrical. This was the first idea I came up with, and it just worked out conveniently that there were 9, and I'm still utilizing all of the slots in the crafter.
Okay.
No, I'm just thinking out loud, so this might not make any sense, and I might realize it when I'm talking, but I wonder if at the same time we select the armor in the crafter. So like say I want to select the diamond armor, and then that one drops at the same time that this piston gets retracted to drop it. There's like some block that moves up here in the system where, the return line basically for all the slots that, I don't know, maybe all the slots except for the diamond one get like a block pushed in the way, so the armor stand has nowhere to go except for this slot. But so maybe like a kind of a monostable kind of thing with a copper bulb, so it shuts off I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like
Option
this.
1 is water.
Yeah.
Option 2.
I thought about that too. One because it's faster. 2 because it gets rid of the water noise, which is actually kind of bothering me. So that would be nice. But
sounds more industrial when it works.
It does. It definitely does.
And it shoots farther per
correct.
1 unit. It shoots 11 blocks.
Correct. It's just the space is that why you wanted to reconsider the circular design?
Like if you're super sold on this design, we can make it work. But if there comes a point where it's like, we should probably like I reformat our layout here, and it would be helpful if this was over here or whatever. Like
if it comes to that, I'll think about like redesigning it, but I really like the way that this is set up right now. I understand that you can't be like small-minded or close-minded to like new ideas if we cross a path where we need to redesign it. It is what it is. I'd rather not though. What's the lowest we can have this work, that we can have the slime block launcher, because that's definitely important, and it's something I haven't. Oh, see, that's too low. So that just leaves us even less space to work with. Oh, that might be like the absolute. That might be like as low as we can go.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Yeah,
you do your thing. I'm gonna connect the crafter to the armor so when they drop. This is gonna be interesting, having to like wrap a bunch of different lines all the way around this thing.
Okay, how do people do that? You have a knack of finding projects I've never tackled before.
Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. Perfect. I love to hear it. Never thought I'd be doing something so Tango like, seeing how he
wraps his lines around.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's cool, but I don't see myself ever needing to do something like that. Here we are.
Yeah, that's gonna get wiry here pretty soon.
Yep, it already is. I'm literally gonna surround this thing in redstone. So like, how am I gonna decorate around it?
That's a good question. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'll have to just build it like in a cave or underground, like the whole thing. It's Minecraft. You can literally do anything. There's so much freedom.
This is good content.
Not even gonna edit this video, just gonna put the whole thing.
I'll live stream it real quick. Did a perfect redstone job. So we need a way for it to automatically detect when a stand is ready to be launched up to the surface.
Yeah. I was wondering how this is gonna work. I figured it was gonna be like a tripwire, but set on a timer. But yeah, oh, that works too. That's really cool.
For the return, I haven't got that far yet, but
yeah,
I finally got this to work. So you could use this for the to insert your armor strands back into their spots too, if you want. But looks like you already have bulky redstone.
What? This is not bulky.
Okay. What is that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to know. If this isn't bulky, I don't want to see bulky. Yeah, it's a good thing we don't claim this is like the most efficient redstone.
No, definitely won't be.
Okay, that's it. Okay, the crafter is completely set up to trigger certain armor drops. It's just very ugly. So we would just pretend that there is a trapdoor or a block here that is going to catch the armor stand. Let's say we want number 1. Go in here, select number 1, hit the no block. Number 1 drops, and then eventually makes its way to the slime block where it can then get launched up, and then say we want to choose a new one, so we hit that no block, then we can go ahead and select a new one, so that one will go back in place. Now let's do number 3, select 3, hit the no block, number 3 drops. This is so cool. Now we got to find out how we're going to return them correctly. Unfortunately, I think the easy part is over.
I agree.
How do you think we're going to go about the returns? Like, I wonder if the armor just gets dropped back down in the middle and then knocked off to the side, and then that tunnel just kind of leads to 1. Then that tunnel just goes to a bubble elevator, which goes up, and then it just starts working its way around until it finds like, oh, this is the slot that's empty, and then falls into this one.
Yeah, that could work. If you do like the piston pushing thing.
Yeah, I would have to do the same thing. How does the system know when this is the empty slot, you know? And then it tells every other slot to close off. Maybe a string with an observer hooked up to like a monostable kind of thing. So every other time the string gets interacted with, it'll close off the other slots. I don't know.
I didn't change anything, and it started just randomly flapping. So
oh no.
I don't know what the solution is.
I think it's the slime block that slows it down. Yeah, it needs to be delayed more, I think, when it hits the string, because the armor stand isn't fully on the block yet. So when the slime block goes up, the armor stand is still moving, so it kind of just glitches down into the slime block.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to do this.
I have not lost hope. If I put an armor stand here, it floats to the top. Perfect. Okay, now, ooh, if I do this... Oh, I almost made a colossal mistake and put a water bucket up here and wiped out all my...
Oh, jeez.
I had pressure on my mouse to push the button.
Okay, I think I've come up with your, like when it reaches the point where it gets launched up, it stays there, and then you take off the armor, you put new armor back or whatever.
Right.
Or you leave it there until you're done with it, and then you push the button. It drops back, but it drops in the lower water stream instead.
Ooh, that's really cool. Yeah, that's like ideal. Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
I hope that'll work. You're going to have to like be really careful about order of input, essentially.
Yeah.
And also one thing to consider about this like circular design is that when you call these armor stands over here, they're going to be facing this way.
Yeah, I thought about that, but honestly, it is what it is.
Not a big deal.
It's still going to be cool. I'm just going to compensate with everything else being so cool, like, and just be like, yeah, it's facing the wrong way. It's fine. And then maybe you'll be able to see the armor slowly getting put back into place. Like if you have the glass up here, yeah, I think, ooh, and then you got a water stream that goes along here.
I think this will work.
I'd love to hear you say it, because you weren't sounding very confident there a little bit ago.
Well, I still don't know how you're going to work out the sorting.
Yeah, that's going to be the trickiest part, but let's see.
I'm losing confidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
That didn't change anything.
Oh, it's scary. I think it's funny how instead of regular blocks, like glass is just a default that everybody uses for like water streams.
Yeah.
It's like it's like an unwritten thing that people just do. What is going on out here?
Yeah, one of these, when you build this on the server, I'm just going to come in here and mess with it so it happens to you.
No.
Like, I just want my armor. It keeps like popping up, acting like it's
get it one piece at a time as it comes up.
Exactly. You turn it into a game, like a ZF game.
Yeah, that's what the sheep farm was for. I want this. Ooh, that was cool. Yeah, I want this one to be professional.
So the issue is the armor stand has to start 8 blocks away, and then it works.
Because it builds up momentum.
I don't know. It looks like it's
whatever.
The exact same
Honestly,
speed.
if that's what.
That's the consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't touch it. Don't walk in front of it. Don't breathe on it, and it'll work. It has to be 8 blocks.
That is so annoying.
This is why I don't mess with these kinds of things.
I guess, but it would be so cool.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Whoops.
Well.
It's 1 block too high.
True. Just have the podium in the middle that's like above everything else.
Yeah, that would be interesting. It's not a bad idea, honestly.
It would give us 1 more block to work with underneath, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Should I move this off center? It's off center, bro. One time it's too high, and the next time it's just 1 block off. Gosh dang. Luckily we have Axiom. Measure once, check twice. Is that what it is? Forgot.
Measure twice, cut once. Oh, dude, have you looked at it? That looks so cool.
Now it gives a purpose for this middle.
Yeah.
Your eyes drawn to it, like, what in the world?
Right. Oh.
There you go.
I love it. And then it returns. Dude, that is so cool.
There you go.
Okay, now I'm thinking it's going to take a second to reach. I'll just do this for now just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, very much faster. I could still speed it up. Oh,
there you go.
Wow.
That's so fast. That was quick.
Wow, that was really quick.
And then have pistons pull off.
Actually, it needs to be 1 block lower. This does. Like the water stream is. So then
You're gonna do water.
I think if we launch it with a slime block, it'll go. It's too quick, right? Like to fall in the.
Well, you won't be able to push it any farther than 8 blocks with water.
Okay.
More problems.
Yeah.
I'll work on a design over here for like my idea.
All right. My original thought was to have these sea lanterns extend or retract.
Yeah.
So then the armor stand could pass over that slot.
Yeah, with water. Yeah, that could.
I'm just
give
wondering,
it a try. See if you can get it to work.
Just because then you also see the armor like slowly drifting through the glass, and you can see it being like it's being robotically put into place. But either way, I think would look good, or whatever way works. I'll be fine with doing the official test. Does it work better on ice or regular blocks? It's literally no different. Okay.
I'll show you my idea real quick if you're interested. Like, just imagine like the armor stand being flung around like that.
Right.
When it drops into a open spot.
Yeah.
However, it doesn't have enough momentum to get all the way to the other side.
So it needs to be closer, which it could just go through a little water stream on the corners, maybe, just so it positions it right here. And it's honestly, it's not as fast as I thought. So you still might get a cool look of the armor getting put in place. So yeah, if this works, I'd definitely be down to go with this. It's just deciding what slot.
You're going to have to hook up the wires to toggle these copper bulbs. It's like whichever selection is which slot.
Right. This is exactly what I was thinking, though. I'm glad this is actually potentially the right answer. We'll see, but this is exactly what I had in mind.
Good.
I love when stuff like this comes together. I really hope this works.
Me too. I hope it works on the server too.
Oh, can you imagine we do all this and it doesn't work on the server? I would use this in my single player world still, 100%.
There you go.
I'm gonna use it regardless, but I really hope it works on the server because I'm more likely to need more sets of armor on the server because I'm gonna be interacting with different people. So I would be doing different activities. So.
Nah, not enough delay.
No way.
Oh, it's powered right here. Dang it.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what? There was no way that went that fast with that much delay. All right. We didn't put there. What?
Why didn't that work?
This repeater's backwards.
It's backwards. Heck yeah. Pro.
I was about to say
Minecraft.
we're professionals here. I was so confused for a second. Everything I thought I knew about redstone is wrong. It's all been a lie. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Fine.
Oh, you hate to see it.
All good. All good.
Ruins everything. Could you imagine?
I might just quit at this point. I'll copy this corner thing if you start working on like the copper bulbs and powering those up.
Well-
I don't know how your spaghetti works, but
Me neither. So if you figure it out, let me know. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting.
good luck.
Yeah. Oh wow. Ooh, it's just gonna be even more noodly. We need to connect all the tunnels, the armor stand tunnels, to the collection, which I hope is fairly simple. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but that should be good. Now it should be fine. Come on. No. What? Why? I don't. If you place it there, yeah, if you place it there, it's fine. But if it flows from the water, it changes, right? Don't change. Please don't change. Just do it. No. What if we launch them into place? Not only will they get there, they'll get there faster and they will stop on this block. Like, it'll be very quick if we change the system to where they just get launched and it works. It's gonna, that surprises me. I thought that would work a lot better. What? The ice fixed it?
Yeah, because it didn't slow down, but it also is gonna get moved with pistons. So
Yeah, but that's all right.
it lines up perfectly though.
Yeah, no need for water. No way.
I'm sure this is gonna be a thrilling video.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it interesting.
Sometimes it's just a grind.
Yeah, it definitely is. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're probably not wrong.
Well, thank you.
Just knowing you and how much you know about this game.
I don't know. Sometimes. What if we kept this one? So like the idea I was saying, they all, like the one on the sides, just gather to the middle and then just get launched. But we have them coming from up here. That way we don't have this slime block interacting with the ice. They can still drop
We tried
down.
that already.
Did we? But
I mean,
not with the launch.
slime block launcher.
Yeah, not with the launcher. Yeah, we tried it, but I forgot about the armor stand bouncing.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, it bounces, so it messes with. Yeah. Yeah. Carry on. I don't think that's gonna work. I love that so much. That is so cool. Dude.
It's gonna go into the last slot here too.
No, I haven't seen this yet.
Bottom.
So this is the only one that's open because this would have been the armor stand that we selected. So this should, and oh wait. So let's say I want number 6. So I go into here. I have 6 selected in the crafter. I hit the note block, which selects our armor and then eventually gives it to us.
Yep.
But obvious, yeah, pretend like
it's moving around.
Right.
Stay up there.
Oh, look at that. That's crazy. It worked.
Oh wow, neat. And then when you want to put it back,
And I want to put it back. It'll be returned. And then oh, that is so cool. From down here, you can see it. And then I'll have these corners covered up, I think would be cooler because it looks a little weird. But so yeah. And then it falls straight back through. But to get it to not fall straight back through, you just, as soon as you select the armor and it drops, just hit the note block one more time and then it'll put it back. So
yeah, or you could have it like on a monostable circuit.
Yeah.
So it only does it once.
Right.
You're already taking an observer output from the note block anyway, so.
Yeah, but also to function the system again, you're going to need to hit the note block again and get it to this state before you start interacting with the crafter and selecting other ones, or else it'll screw it up. But yeah, it's not.
However it works, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how your UI works, but
yeah, it's pretty straightforward when you like finally understand it. That's kind of how it always
is,
right?
Break?
If you don't know how to use it, yeah. I mean, so I'll quote unquote break it right now. So if I hit this note block, the indicator light comes on, which now means that anything I do in the crafter is going to be noticed by the system. if you watch the system, I'm just going to start like say I have 6 slots selected. Let's say I want to do number 9. So I'm just going to click number 9 really quick and it's going to notice.
All the in-between ones.
Yeah. The in-between ones also moved.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's quite it's quite the system. It works for you, man. That's great.
Yeah, it does. It does. But it's not, okay. It's not very user friendly just for anybody to walk up here and know how to use it. But think about it. If you walk into Tony Stark's mansion, are you going to know how to get his suits to pop up to the floor?
Tree Muffins is on the server, so you might want to keep that in mind.
I don't know him very well, so we'll see how it goes. But
he's like, he comes across as like Grian.
I was about I knew you were about to say Grian.
He just like mess around with everyone's stuff. And this does not seem like it would mess, like just clicking in the crafter does not seem like it would mess things up.
Correct.
This is a very uncommon input mechanism. So.
Yeah, which is why I like it so much.
Yeah. I'd probably recommend having the reader block and like move in and out of place automatically.
Yeah.
You make your selection in the crafter.
Yeah.
You push the note block or a button or whatever to submit it, and then it takes the submission and then removes the reader block.
Yeah. I think somebody brought that up.
That would just be more intuitive.
No, I understand. Yeah, totally.
But if it works for you, it works for you. So
for now, yeah.
For now. Okay, well, I think I'm going to hop off here soon. I think you can figure out the rest on your own.
Probably. I hope so. I hope so.
It's just a matter of hooking up all the rest of the stands to feed into this space, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. What?
Oh, it
works! No way! That was so funny to watch.
Let me down again.
I don't know, but that was hilarious to watch.
What in the world?
How did you? I think you just how did...
Why is it letting me down? Stand on it and I'll just replace it real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I wonder,
what in the world?
Is the slime block messing with the string? I don't understand why it's like with a person, that's one thing, but if it does it with an armor stand, that's a problem.
Nope. Works with an armor stand.
I don't get it, but you know what? I'm not even going to try to get to the bottom of that.
It's not worth it.
I cannot be bothered with that right now. There's no way.
But I'm going to hop off and get some dinner now. So
yeah, I'm going to go do the same. I need a break from this.
The majority of it done. So
we'll see how it goes. But I appreciate your help as usual.
No problem.
This is going to be so cool.
It's a beast.
Yeah, it is. That's crazy that we only got this done in like 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm excited to see how it turns out if you get it working.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really satisfying. So thanks for the help. See you later.
No problem. See ya.
All right, you heard him. Looks like we're taking care of the rest on our own, but it should be very straightforward. It should be. So all we have to do, these are the blocks that pull out from under the armor stands. They drop down, they lead to this central point right here. Once they land on this redstone ore block, it'll update because when you step on redstone ore, it kind of like lights up, and that, after a little bit of delay, triggers the slime block launcher, which then pushes the armor stand onto the slime block. And then you have seen how that works. The string gets interacted with, the observer sees it. After a little bit of delay, it will activate the slime block launcher, open up the trapdoor at the right time. So let's go ahead and test this out. I think this should work. So all the armor stands are just gonna plop down in here and then fall into this point and then just be dropped, or I should say flung onto here, and I really hope it works. I haven't tested it yet, so let's see if it drops from there. And it looks like it worked. Awesome, that is so cool. Okay, now let's see, let's test it on the other side just in case. Oh, it'll launch again once the redstone turns off on its own, but yeah, we're gonna have to change that. I think I have an idea. Let's try an observer at the bottom instead. And then we put our piece of string right there. Oh no, the sign's in the way. So then the water, I don't know. Maybe we'll come to a different idea later, but in the meantime, let's get this thing copied over to here. We just need all of the armor stands just to come from this spot right here. So that means we need to take these other tunnels and direct them somehow to this tunnel. So all of the armor stands are going to drop down here. Every slot, they're just going to drop in this water right here. They'll all flow to the same spot, and then it will activate this right here. The problem is I need more room and my noodles are in the way. Don't you hate? Whoops, don't you hate when your noodles are in the way? Anyways, so there we go. Now it should be totally functional. Let me test it. Okay, so this is number 6, I believe. Yep, number 6. So let's say that retracts, it gets dropped down, and then it slowly makes its way over. Unfortunately, it's not quicker than that, but then it'll be quick. Then it'll be really quick. And then it goes up there and it works absolutely perfectly. We need to test this on every single one though. So we place that one in place. It goes, it makes it very rapidly. And yeah, that redstone is a bottleneck. It slows everything down and it's gonna be a problem, I'm afraid. There's gotta be a solution that I'm not seeing. What about just a pressure plate? Do armor stands trigger a pressure plate? It does, right? Let's do a lamp instead. They do! That... This is gonna be awesome. I don't know what that laugh was, but this is gonna be awesome. Okay, let's get this same system pasted over here. Okay, after a surprising amount of struggling, I have the entire system in and I think it should be working completely fine. So every slot in the system for our armor stands should be hooked up. So here we go. It is officially time to test everything. So we're gonna go in order. So let's try number 1. Select 1, meaning we want number 1. Then we hit the note block to let the system read that we want number 1. You saw the armor stand drop. Wow, that was fast. Okay, it works. When we want to return our armor, we need to make sure that this is off. I made a really good point. I maybe should make this system to where the reader block raises up just long enough for the system to give its input and then the reader block goes back down. So now we can just hit this button and then it should, yep, go up through there. This is so cool. We eventually see it getting put back into place and then it should fall back down in there and ooh, it's not lined up. It is just one thing after another. What if we go up like this, and then at the same time this gets interacted with, this piston extends and puts a block here so the armor stand hits the edge of this and then falls down. I wonder if that'll work. Let me see. Well, we get to use it again. Here we go. So if I have a trap door, does the trap door align it better? Because I'm like in the dead center of the block, but if I remove the trap door, I'm going to be a little off to the edge. So first of all, does the trap door stick to a moving sticky block, that sticky piston, or yeah, sticky slime block? Wow. So yeah, it does, and it doesn't move. This is very interesting. It appears, let's hit this again, bring our block back, hit the button. I mean, that is better. Yeah, a fence is gonna stop it completely. Maybe an iron? No, that's the same as a fence. Yeah, that doesn't work at all. Why does a trapdoor not center it? Yeah, hey, future me here again. I ended up trying to get those armor stands to line up with the edge for like 2 hours, and for some reason I could not figure out how to get the armor stands perfectly lined up. So I ended up just making a copy of the entire build, and then I just totally got rid of the top portion, which was the sorting portion. And I had myself convinced that I had to totally redesign the way that the armor stands get returned. So I'm either gonna have to redesign this to not be a circle and then just make it like a wall or something like that, or I'm gonna have to figure out something like this. So earlier the armor was going horizontally over the holes and then it was dropping down, and then that momentum horizontally was carrying it a little too far to the side of the block so it wasn't aligned, as you saw. And I discovered that it's a lot easier to align armor stands in the center of a block with a trapdoor if the armor stand is facing this way. So if it's going straight on to where it's going to be, it's a lot easier to align it forward and backward than left to right. I really hope that makes sense, but here is a demonstration. So earlier you saw that it was like over in this corner a little bit and the shoulder was like in this block, so it was just unacceptable. But if I push it from straight on, then it's dead center. So that is amazing. Now the hard part is just finding out how we can make little posts like this for the armor stand to align itself and then fall in like that. But that means that the armor stands have to go in directly to the slot that they came from, and I really am wondering how I'm gonna do that. I'll be back when I come up with something, hopefully. This is what I came up with. I copied the whole thing over, like I said, and totally redid the return system just like I said I would. And I had to find a way to where the armor stands go straight from where they came from, and they would have to go in a perfectly straight line back into their slot. And so I came up with this system. I spent maybe a couple days trying to get this to work. This is a confusing nightmare that I'm glad I didn't end up using, but here's how it worked. So right here is the main slime block that launches them up through the floor and puts them into place. So when I hit this return button, this will open up and it will drop down to the lower level. It will drop right here. And then from here, so let's say I open the first slot, which is this one right here. When I activate this in the control panel, I need this number 1 line to then open up the correct gates so that this water path leads the armor stand back to the correct slot. And to do that, I would need to activate a certain sequence of sticky pistons to put these trapdoors in place and then lower these blocks down. So for example, let's say I need to get to slot number 1. Slot number 1 is right there. So I need the armor stand to be able to go straight from this block straight to number 1. So when I hit number 1 in the crafter, then I need all of this mess of redstone down here. See, this is the number 1 line. This will activate this redstone torch, shutting off this sticky piston, which will then lower this block out of the way, as well as this block out of the way. So then the water will flow, and then the armor stand will go into this, and then the armor stand will be able to go up into here and then hit this string and then be launched straight into place where it needs to go. And then I would need to do that 8 more times, all in custom different directions, so that the water would guide the armor stand in the correct place. What a absolute disaster that was to try to figure out. And then a couple changes I made to the design after this. First of all, I found out that I didn't need to do any of that, and I found the solution that would have taken me 2 seconds to try, and that was just to simply put trapdoors along the wall right here. So I could still use this trapdoor idea here that they pop out, and that will align the armor stands left to right, and it'll try to keep them more centered on the block. And then instead of having a trap or having no trapdoor here, so the armor stand would be kind of pushed back this way, I can have trapdoors just like that, and now it'll be in the center of the block going this way. So in case that made no sense, this trapdoor is to make sure that the armor stand is lined up not too deep into the block, but also not too shallow into the block like this. It tries to stay right in the middle, and this trapdoor is extended to keep it not too left or too far right. So the combination of these two trapdoors, when it extends out, that should keep it aligned right now where I'm at, perfectly in the middle of the block. And for some reason, I didn't think of that before trying hours and hours and hours of redesigning the entire system. And real quick, I'll show you one more thing that I changed off camera, and that was the design of Ike's door right here, which I thought was great at first. I like that you could see down in it. I like the iron trap door, and that's what I wanted to do at first, but then I was like, it doesn't really seem industrial enough, and it was kind of finicky at first, but I then designed this piston door myself. So let's say when you hit this button, the floor gets removed and pushed out of the way just long enough for this slime block to throw the armor stand up into place, and then the block gets put back in place and it catches it. So I think that is all the changes I made off camera that I definitely wanted to show you before we get back in, so it's not confusing. And in this next clip, I tested the piston door that I just designed and finally got to work. Oh, okay. Okay, now does the button work? That drops down, it goes to the collection. No way. There is no way I'm actually getting this to work. That's perfect. Then this drops. Yes, this is amazing. Stop the celebrating. I celebrated too early. I forgot to mention, I don't know if you see it, but it's not symmetrical. And I'm not about to leave it like that. It all needs to move 1 block this way, which means this ice needs to be extended by 1 block. So not a huge deal. I hope not a huge deal. It's just a hassle to move it all, but if that messes with the momentum of the armor stand, that could screw it all up. So we'll see. But it luckily ended up working and it was fine. And it's at this point in the video where you can really hear it in my voice. You can hear that I'm getting kind of tired of messing with the same problems over and over without coming to a solution. But that is all part of a huge project like this. This is going to be such a confusing video to edit because I'm bouncing all over the place. I'm going from this design to that design, like totally reconstructing everything. I spent hours on that, and now I'm probably not even going to use it if I come to the conclusion that this is good enough. All right, just so I have this on record in case this works perfectly, which is probably not going to happen, but we're going to test the entire system from start to finish. So we're ordering the armor. It's sitting here. We're going to order number 1 really fast. Number 1, hit the block. That drops, so we'll go ahead and, ooh, wait a minute. That's gonna put, oh, 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 oh. Wait, and then the ice got put back, but this didn't get put back. That's, why? Then after an embarrassing amount of struggling, trying to find out how to make this piston go off in correspondence with the ice, I needed this to go back as well as the ice to come back out. And I was kind of confused on how to do that. But then I came up with the easiest solution ever after about 2 hours of not being able to figure it out. I have a real tendency to overthink things. That's it. I just did it. I just figured it out. I had to hit record really quick. This should be it. I really hope I don't make myself look like an idiot here, but I think I figured it out. All I need is observers going from these pistons up into these pistons. But yeah, that literally should be it. It should be as easy as that. So let's just do all of them. Number 1, we got number 1 selected. Hit the note block. We have it to where it retracts and then it extends back out. So our block is there. And at the same time, our ice block and trapdoor get extended. And then when we want to return it, we hit this button and then it goes up through the stream. And then all the others are closed off. None of the other ice blocks or trapdoors are in the way, but the one that it needs to go to is, and it gets lined up. And as soon as it drops back in, the ice gets put back and the trapdoor gets moved and it's back and it's in line. And I think we finally did it. I think it's done. I think it is completely done. We have to try every other one. Okay, let's do number 2. Oh, please work. Please work. Okay, ice moves, trapdoor moves. The block is back. Now we hit return. And number 2 gets back. 3, no block. 3 goes, the block gets put back so the armor stand can land there again. Trapdoor and ice are in the correct places. Now let's go ahead and return it. 3 goes in, ice gets put back, trapdoor gets moved. Wow, this is so cool. Number 4, note block. 4 is in place, should be fine. And it's back and it's in place and it's as good as it's gonna get. 5, note block. Perfect, let's return it immediately. I also love that you can see it getting transported. I'm so glad this first one worked. Perfect. Let's do number 6. Number 6, hit the note block. 6 drops, that block gets put back, ice gets removed, and now as long as the ice goes back when it's done, we're totally good. There we go. Number 6 is back. All right, we need to do number 7. Okay. Okay. Now trapdoor and ice get put back. It's back. Oh, I'm so excited. Number 8. 8 drops. That I love this. This is going, I can't get the smile off my face. This is going to be so cool. This is my most ambitious redstone project ever. Perfect. It's put back. Now last one, number 9. As long as this one works, I'm pretty sure everything works. It all works. It all works. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but it's done. This took me almost a week of just pure testing and failing and testing and failing and retrying and redesigning and new ideas and trying to condense this thing. And this took so long, but it was so worth it. This is absolutely amazing. Where do I even start? Now I gotta tell you how the whole thing works because it probably wasn't clear throughout that whole video. So, crafter control panel. You guys have seen how that works, I hope. If not, go check it out because I'm not gonna get too in depth here because I have a whole video explaining how it works. This is our crafter control panel. That is basically our computer and tells us which suit we want to order. And then each of these lines goes to a different suit to drop the piston down and then drop our suit down into our tunnel way here. So any of these suits gets dropped down into the water and then put in front of the slime block launcher. And then it hits this string, which launches it. Same thing here, launches it. And then it falls down in here, flows down onto the pressure plate. Then it gets launched into our launcher, hits this tripwire. And then there's a bunch of timings to where this door opens first and moves the floor block out of the way. Then it gets launched up, then it closes and it lands right here. I know it's not aligned perfectly, but it's literally as good as it can be without the armor stand totally being completely replaced here. So when we hit our return button, the floor drops open and then this little module right here, our launcher, gets pulled out of the way so it can drop down into this launcher and then get launched this way into our bubble elevator, which we can see in the corner. It goes up into here, and then once it pops up out of the bubble elevator, it hits this string. This piston pushes it over into the water stream, and then this string right here activates this slime launcher. This trapdoor right here is to keep it aligned, as well as all of these trapdoors are specifically to keep it aligned in the center of the block as much as it can. And then depending on which crafter slot we have, which also determines what suit we are doing, that same line is also tied to the ice and the trapdoors right here. So whatever suit we order, when this block retracts, this ice will also retract and stay retracted until the string right here gets interacted with because the armor stand is falling back through it, and then it closes this ice back up and removes this trapdoor out of the way. It has to be a trapdoor to align it with the center of the block. If that wasn't clear earlier, that was a big issue that we struggled with, and it is literally because I wasn't thinking straight. I didn't think to put these trapdoors here. That is what caused me to start redesigning everything over here. Now the main thing over here I redesigned was the return system. So my bad for making that take like another extra 2 days to figure out, but we finally got it. I cannot believe it. And one of my favorite things about this project is that after I finally got it designed and working, it was time to be able to build it in survival. But obviously I didn't want it to look like this. So what I did was just made a copy, of course, pasted it over here. And what I love about this project is that I can literally make any design with it on the inside as I want and reuse it over and over. Let's say the next season of the SMP that I'm in, I want it to have one really cool design. Let's say my base is like Gothic or stone or castle-y. Then I would do something like this. This was my first design that I came up with just really quick. But I ended up not going with this because it doesn't fit the theme of my base in my SMP. And I ended up coming up with this, which is what I'm now using. And I absolutely love that they are so different and you can make it look however you want, depending on the theme of your base. And you can change this around to do so many different looks and styles. It is really, really interesting and fun to turn this into whatever you want. And that's all future me has for you. So take it away, past me. That's all I got for you. I'm pretty sure. I just stick around if you want to see me build this in EchoCraft Season 6, which is starting in 2 days at the time I'm recording this, of course. I'm super excited. This is going to be probably one of my favorite projects I'm going to be working on, but there are going to be a lot more projects that I'm super excited for, and then stick around if you want to see those because I got some huge plans. A big thank you to Ike for helping out. I'm so glad we were able to tackle this beast of a project, and he once again helped me out a ton. So big shout out to him. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description if you want to go check him out, and I am going to leave it here. Go ahead and have a button, pretend that's the like button, and go down there and hit that button, or the subscribe button. You know what? Actually, here's the subscribe button. Hit this as well. This took so much time and effort and brain power, and it finally works, and I am super proud to say that it does. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.